I'm going to start off with a gravity bleed to make sure that there is brake fluid coming through. And before, there was a lot of black, sludgy looking stuff coming out of the bleeder, but now it's a little more clean. Yeah, we're working on the white 95 F-250 again, and he's needing his truck back, and I'm going to try to go ahead and try to get his brakes working. He said that, and of course I've drove it, and the low pedal has a low pedal, and we think that we can just bleed it and it'd probably be okay, because I did find evidence that it's been worked on the brake lines and it might not have been bled correctly. It has a union right up by the master cylinder, so we're going to just try this and see what happens. And I'm over here on the driver's side. Well, that compression union looks really healthy. What's sad is the whole line has been replaced and they've unioned it. I understand. Alright, I am over here on the driver's side, and I put some transmission fluid on the bleeder screw. I didn't have any PB blaster, so the next thing that I had was transmission fluid. Maybe with a little luck, these bleeder screws won't be so stuck. That one wasn't anyway. I don't think I'm gonna get lucky on this one. Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll try a 3/8 socket. Good old 12-point. Boy, this wind is blowing like crazy today. Oh, there we go. I have different bleeders. Oh boy, that's some cruddy looking stuff that's coming out of that. Well, while that's gravity bleeding, I'm going to check it. No, that's a reset. Okay. Is it me or his dad? Okay, yeah, that's his. So his dad and I traded hitches before. I'm checking out his homemade drawbar winch. Well, how about that? You got 2 eye bolts to a drawbar. And of course, that's all welded up. Hey, it's pretty ingenious. How about that? I think it needs to do something about his battery cable ends, though. That one too. He either needs to put him some eyelets on it, or he needs to put the big jumper clips on. That's what he needs. Pretty cool. Straps. He mows grass, and I think grass season is about to hit kind of early this year, so he's needing his truck back. The vast majority of the time, you can actually self-bleed the air out of the lines by simply gravity bleeding them. Sometimes, most of the time, I have been successful by just gravity bleeding without having to have someone to pump the brakes, and I think that I can actually do it with this too. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tighten up these bleeders. I might look and see if I have new ones to put in. I have a bunch of bleeders, but I don't know if I have any to fit. Okay, so let's go ahead and start it up and check the pedal operation, see how it works. Let's see. Okay, let's crack them back open and let them drip for a few more minutes. I got lucky. In stock, I had the correct size bleeder screws. I had 4 or 5 sets of those. Some of the Fords use a different thread pitch, and I had problems finding those, but I did have these. So I'm going to go ahead and swap in a new bleeder screw on this side. I already put one in on the other side. Some places will include new things like bleeder screws in with a brake service. I'm probably going to start doing that as well. Okay, go ahead and tighten it up and loosen it a little bit. There we go. I'm going to let it run for a few more minutes. Also, while you're doing this, you need to keep an eye on the brake fluid level. I made that mistake one time. I forgot about it. I cracked the lines and forgot about it, and it ran out of fluid, and I ended up having to manual bleed the whole system. Just leave that off. It's actually starting to get some clean brake fluid to come through here. So I am satisfied that I've actually run all the air out. So we're back at it for the second time, and let's see if this bleed was more successful. So I'm going to try a little extra. I'm going to go ahead and use a vacuum pump. Try to force out. There we go. Probably can't see too well. And one more time. It should be good for this side here. Same procedure for this side too. It's not. Now the third time is a charm. I actually went back with the vacuum pump and bled the passenger side line a couple more times just to be on the safe side, and I got a little more fluid out of it, so hopefully we have all the air purged from it. So we're about to find out. Let's start it up. On the road and I'm testing the brakes, and it's stopping somewhat better than it was before, but not great. My next question is, I haven't pulled the drums yet, and it's probably, I probably should have done a brake inspection first, but it probably needs the the drums pulled to see if the brake shoes still have any lining left. Make sure this wasn't used in anything like a burnout contest or something. I don't think that it has, because you'd find excess rubber underneath and evidence of the drums being hot, but this doesn't show any of those signs. Okay, put it in reverse. And we head back home. And I will call him and let him know. I think he's probably just going to go ahead and want his truck back. But it is better than it was. That's the best prognosis anyway. Okay, so that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching.